All right, looks like we're live. Awesome. So, hello and what is up? And it is a gorgeous day turned into, which is odd because, man, it was stormy last night. We had some severe thunderstorms rolling through. We were down in the basement, sirens were going off. It was crazy stuff. But, um, you know, today I wanted to ask, have you ever seen a lot of these, guys online marketers going through and talking about how to, get this organic reach and, build your audience organically? And you think to yourself, like, how is that even possible? What would it feel like if you could build without spending a single dollar on any sort of advertisement or paying anybody for leads or anything like that? How would that change the way that you market online, right? And so my name's Josh. I am an attraction marketing coach where I teach network marketers, affiliate marketers, and small business owners how to leverage social media in more effective ways in order to build their business online and stop spending hours out in the marketplace trying to prospect people the old school way. And today, I am going to talk to you about organic audience building, or people say organic reach, or building your audience organically, how you ever want to call it. We're going to talk about an organic strategy, a couple strategies. I got 3 different ways that you can do this organically. And so we're going to talk about that today. And I'm super stoked that you're here. I really am. And if you are coming in live, let me know where you're coming in from, and let me know, exactly kind of where, what you're doing today. How are you doing? What's the weather like? Anything you want to talk about, and I'll give you a shout out. Honestly, I love being able to give people shout outs on our lives because it's interesting. I like having that conversation. I like having that, community feeling and things like that. So, and I want to talk a little bit about, before we get into how to build that audience organically, I want to talk about a big mistake that people make. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because there's so many people that come out and they say, well, I'm going to go build organically. So I'm just going to go send a bunch of friend requests to people, and I'm just going to, throw mud at a wall and see what sticks. I've done that. I'll be the one to admit it. I've gone into groups and pages and just friend, and try to show, talk to people. And most of these people weren't even my ideal prospect. And so the biggest mistake that people make is they say, hey, everybody's a prospect. You just have to qualify them to make sure that they're right for you. That's not true at all. Everybody is not my prospect. I don't want Joe Schmo selling candy bars on the corner because he's not going to be interested in what I'm doing. He's not going to be interested in building a business online because he probably doesn't have that, the capabilities to be able to do that stuff. And even if he does, that's great. But is he already interested in doing that? Or am I going to have to convince him to do that? Right? So that's the first mistake. And I wanted to get that out of the way right away, is that everybody is not your prospect. And the strategies that I'm going to talk about today are going to be more centered around the fact that you need to know your ideal prospect. And the good thing for you, and it is a little ways out, but the good thing for you is that I am going to be having an interview with someone who is really well versed on understanding your perfect prospect. It's going to be a couple weeks out, maybe I think 3 weeks out here, but so stick around for that, because that's going to be really good there. And maybe I'll do something a little beforehand. Maybe I'll put out a blog or something like that, put out some sort of article about, finding your ideal prospect. But let's get right into it. So, and that leads right into the, kind of where I'm at is strategy number 1. Yes, it is sending friend requests. Yes, it is trying to build your audience on your personal profile. And so we're going to talk about your personal profile and how you can utilize that to build your perfect audience just right off the bat, right? So the first question is, when you're going to go look for people that you want to bring into your friends list, into your list, think of your personal profile as you building your audience, building your list that way. You got to think about who you're looking to go for. For me, for Katie and I, we're network marketers, and we help network marketers. We help affiliate marketers. We help small business owners. Those are the people that is our target market. That's our perfect prospect. And not just the network marketer, but the struggling network marketer, somebody who needs help to understand how they can really build their business without spending hours a day out prospecting. That's the person we're looking for. That's the person we want to help. That's the person that we have the content for to help them build their business that much better. So we're aware of that. So are we going to go chase down somebody who's an insurance sales agent? Are we going to chase down a real estate agent? No, absolutely not. Number one, that'd be silly because they're basically in competition with us. But number two, they're not going to be the kind of person that's going to be looking really much for the type of strategies we're doing. Now, is it possible that the insurance agent, the dentist, the chiropractor, the real estate agent, those guys could use our strategies? Absolutely. But are they our perfect prospect? No, they're not. So let's talk about what do you do when you know your perfect prospect and how do you get them into your profile? Well, the big thing is that when you are looking at your friends list, for example, and you're looking at your profile and you're trying to, or looking at their profile and you're trying to say like, are they going to fit on my profile? So go look at their information and say like, do they match some of the stuff that you're looking for? You know, maybe we all know like most traditional network marketing companies, they tell you not to say that you're with the company. They tell you not to say that you have any sort of affiliation with their company or with their program. So it's really hard to determine. So how do you know who's going to be kind of your perfect prospect? And we're going to talk about network marketers and affiliate marketers right now, because I think that that is really where a lot of this can help. And so look at like a network marketer out there and you look at their profile and they've got a lot of motivational type stuff. They're talking about lifestyle. They're talking about benefits of things that they've done. Maybe they've shown a couple pictures of the products that they have. Those are the kinds of people that you want to start adding as friends, right? And so what you do is you add them as a friend and you don't immediately go into their friends and say, okay, well, who do they have that they're friends with that I can go friend? What you want to do is you want to start finding people like that and let Facebook start suggesting people to you and start going through the suggestion list and start looking at those people and go, okay, do you have a profile picture that shows your face and is bright and clear? Yes, good, move on. Do you have a cover photo that's clear and bright and that shows, you know, what you're looking at? Cool, move on. You know, do you have posts that agree with you that they're not super religious or super political or, you know, super racial or whatever it is? If all of that stuff checks out, send that person a friend request and then send them a message and say why you sent them a friend request. Now, obviously, you don't want to say like, hey, well, you know, I'm in network marketing and I'm trying to help other network marketers build their business online. Don't lead with that. That's how you become a Spammy-Tammy. And yes, like the title of the video says, I'm going to teach you how to do this without being a Spammy-Tammy. So going through and saying, you know, hey, I've got this opportunity to help you. That's not going to work. Say stuff like, hey, I saw your profile. You've got some pretty cool inspirational stuff there. I just was thinking that maybe we could get connected and maybe we can learn from each other. Something along those lines, right? Be meaningful. Actually mean what you say too. So you start doing that for a while, and then you start getting suggestions from Facebook, and you're going to notice that Facebook will look at your friends list and say, these people have this many mutual friends of yours. Then start looking through those and looking through that stuff. So that's how you can do it on your personal profile. And I want to make sure that you're knowing where to do that stuff, right? Because you're not just going to go find random people out there. So the best place to do it, so a couple places actually. Sorry, I got a haircut today, and I got little hairs right here from where I got my haircut, and they're itching like crazy. And so I should have wiped my face down before doing this, but I had a meeting right before this and just didn't have time. So you get to deal with me how I am right here. Itching my nose all the time. I'll try not to touch my face. I know that's bad form right now, but so where do you go find these people, right? So number one, talking about the network marketing, affiliate marketing space, you want to go find the people that are gurus for your space. Now, this doesn't have to be network marketing or affiliate marketing or small business owners. If your perfect prospect is in health and wellness, health and awareness, Health and wellness, you're going to want to go find health and wellness people. You're going to want to go find people that are in your niche. Maybe if you're in fitness, go find some fitness gurus. If you are in meditation and yoga and things like that, go find them. It's not really that hard. But, and okay, let me rephrase that. It's not difficult to find the people, but it's being intentional on the type of people that you're trying to find, right? So you go there, you start looking at these people's pages, and we'll take let's just take Tony Robbins, for example. He's a big time guru around network marketing and affiliate marketing and small businesses and all that kind of stuff. And you go onto his page and you start looking at people that are on the page. Do you go into the members area for the page or the people that like the page and just start hitting the friend button all the way down? No. Again, you don't want to be a Spammy-Tammy. You don't want to be, this crazy guy or crazy girl that's going through and just sending everybody friend requests. Do your research. Look at what they have in common with you, and also look at how they're engaging on the page. Because what you want is people who are going to engage with you. So you want to be able to utilize that and engage and have them, engage with this page. So that way, that when you friend them, they're probably going to be engaging on your profile, right? So go there, look at that stuff, and then start showing them the value that you have. Now, if you're using your personal profile, that can just be a post. That can be a live like this. That can be sharing something. We'll talk about business pages here in a little bit, but the thing that you have to really look for is that you want to be providing value to these people. You don't want to be providing just motivational and inspirational stuff all the time. We go live twice a week. Once is a training like this, and another one is a kind of a recap of the week, just really free flowing, whatever. So, but that's the thing, is you want to show them value, right? And when you start showing them value, that's when you can start really building that know, like, and trust factor, because they're going to see that stuff. But in order for them to see your posts, you have to engage with their posts. So what you have to do is you have to be on your profile, going and looking through your news feed, liking and commenting, not just reacting, but also commenting on people's posts. So that way they will see yours. So that's one area that you can go through and start doing that. Now, another strategy you can use is groups. Now, Facebook groups some people will tell you that Facebook groups are dead. Some people will tell you that Facebook pages are dead. Some people tell you that Facebook is dead. You know what? It doesn't matter who says what. It's all about what you want to do, right? And so I know people that utilize groups, and that's something that is definitely, that's definitely something that you can do in order to build your business. I also know some people that use their groups as a funnel. I know some people that use their groups as a qualification process. I actually was part of a group at one point where they did a challenge, and the winners of the challenge got a free meeting, like a free strategy session with the leaders of one of the leaders of the group of their choice. In that strategy session, you know what we talked about? Well, what company am I in, and am I happy where I'm at, and what am I struggling with, and what do I need help with? It was a funnel. I qualified by completing the challenge of being one of the winners. It's simple as that, right? So, but what I'm saying is go into these groups that are like this. For me, I'm in network marketing groups. I'm in affiliate marketing groups. I'm in small business groups, and I just go in there and provide value, right? So you don't go through and start spamming your links everywhere. You don't go through and start talking to people about how you have this great opportunity. You don't go in and start commenting on every single post and every single comment within the post with a link to your pre-populated company website. Just don't do that. Again, I've done that, and it's highly ineffective, and it will get you kicked out of a group so fast. Now, there are groups out there that promote that stuff, and I still stay in those groups, and I provide value differently. So then that way they see the difference in the value that I provide. And I've made some connections that way. So what do you do in there? You start asking questions. You start answering questions. You start connecting with people. Be communicative. Treat it like a community. That's what Facebook groups are all about. they're all about community. They're all about being able to really put yourself out there and show that you have value, right? And so that's something that is really important about the Facebook groups, is that they're designed to be a helpful, value-based community where you can share whatever you want and ask whatever you want. And these, you're there for those people, right? So your sole purpose is to connect with people. It's not to get people into a funnel. It's not to get people to your page. It's to get them to get them into your circle, connect with them, send them that friend request when you guys start talking back and forth, and then send them that message. Hey, we were having a good conversation on the group. I figured I'd send you a friend request and go from there, right? So then you look at that and you say, okay, well, how do I get them into my business? Well, you know what? In the group, at no point am I talking to these people about my business. At no point am I talking to these people about my products. At no point am I asking somebody to go like my page. I'm just providing value. That's it. Connect with them and then let the rest of it do its work. And we're going to get into a little tip at the end. So stick around at the end, because we're going to get into a little tip on how you can do this. And I'm actually going to show you a little bit of that as well. And that way you can kind of see how that's set up. So lastly, what you can use is you can use Facebook pages. So business pages, fan pages, whatever you want to call it. And one of the things about the fan pages that are really, really great is when you go through and you have all this set up, you can actually bring people there by providing additional value and things like that, and say like, hey, I've got this really cool resource that I'd love to show you. If you'd like to see it, here you can go over to my page, right? You can come over here and see about, looking at this article that I wrote or this blog that I wrote. And here you get to see my little one here. Hey, you want to say hi? Oh, there you go. Say hi. You're ready for bed, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me a hug. Oh, all right. Off to bed. Love you, buddy. Take it easy. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's, I guess my little one's going to bed here. So I thought he was already up there getting in bed, but either way, so looking at your pages, when you're talking to people in groups and you're talking to people on your profile and things like that, you can kind of hint at stuff that you have. If you're interacting and you're getting that connection, start hinting at some of that content on your Facebook page and say, hey, I've got this really cool resource. Would you be willing to see it? They go, yeah, sure, cool. It's over on my page. Now, you don't invite them to like your page, but you give them the content from your page. And habitually, most people are going to follow your page if they liked the content they saw, right? So that's the thing, is you're not using spammy tactics. You're not doing any of that. You show them why it's a good decision to be connected with you. You show them why it's a good decision to be your friend on Facebook, to be in your personal circle. And so then that way, when the time comes that you're ready to ask that question, if they'd be willing to move a little further within your process, within the information that you have, then it's not a hard conversation. You don't come off spammy. You stand out from the crowd. You end up, standing away from the noise of all the stuff that's going on in Facebook, and you are the unique person that they came to you because they liked you for who you are. And so what you want to focus on is you want to focus on being a friend. You want to let your content do the talking. You want to let them know that you care about their actual well-being, because that's really what marketing is all about, is, especially attraction marketing, is we are attracting our perfect, person, whether it's a prospect, whether it's a client, whether it's just somebody you're trying to help. You're attracting those people by showing them why they should know, like, and trust you, showing them why they should come to you over and over again in order to see the content that you're providing out, right? So a big question that came up, and I was actually building this content, and earlier today, somebody came up and said, hey, should I just invite all these people that are on my friends list to my page? Now, I personally pick and choose who I invite most of the time. There's a lot of people that I have on my friends list that I don't invite because they're not really a good fit for the page. They're people that aren't really going to engage on my page. And that's kind of a bad metric for Facebook. Facebook doesn't like that. They don't like you having people on your page, like a lot of people that just don't do anything. And so what they like to see is kind of a variation of people that go in and do stuff. Now, there are a lot of lurkers and tire kickers and things like that. But as long as you're getting some sort of engagement on your page, you should be okay to invite whoever you want to your page, because growing your audience obviously will give you more options for engagement. But I wanted to show you something real quick, because I think that this is really important to show a little bit about kind of how this works in terms of a profile. And when we talk about getting people to your page, what I mean by getting them to your page is maybe one of the things you could do is you could do what's called funnelizing your profile, right? Where you get to a point where you can actually funnelize your profile, and it's just very interesting in how it's set up, right? And so I'm going to share my screen here, and hopefully this doesn't cause anything to crash. I know that StreamYard has had problems where they've had issues where it's crashed, but I'm just going to share here. And so I want to show you a little bit about my profile and how I have this set up. And so you can see my cover photo. I've got a nice clear picture of me here, right? And then I've got this, cover photo of a picture of myself and my kids and my wife. And, and when I click on the cover profile, what you're going to notice is on the side here, you're going to see that, and I'm going to read this so in case there's somebody that can't see it, but it says, "Family is everything to me. This is why I do what I do. I know that with the strategies I've learned, I can provide the best life possible for my family. That's why Katie and I have started helping network marketers and affiliate marketers use social media in more effective ways to build their business. Learn more here." And there's a link. Now, here's the kicker. Connect with us on our page where we share value every day. Facebook.com/JK Schoenert, right? And then there's our page information. They can hover over it. So that's just an example of what we can do in our profile, to be able to funnelize things. Now, I don't have a call to action or anything like that on my cover photo, because for me, the biggest thing is I don't really care about having a big button on my cover photo. But when somebody scrolls down on my profile to see like, what is it that this guy's all about, and so you scroll down and you see, I have a post here, about summers in North Dakota and stuff like that. But what do you notice right here, right? So you get this big picture right here, and I'm using so just so you know, so people might be looking at this and be like, "Oh man, Facebook looks weird," right? So this is Facebook's new interface. So I'm a techie guy. I can handle different interfaces and things like that. And this is what Facebook eventually is going to look like. So what you want to do is start getting used to this outline of Facebook, so that way you have the ability to do this kind of stuff. So what I've done is, I like the dark theme in Facebook. So I've given this kind of a dark look, and it says, "Learn more about attraction marketing, click here." So I've got this button here, and you click that button and it brings you in here, brings you up the picture, and then it shows you attraction marketing has completely changed the direction of our business and has propelled us into being on track to be a top earner in our company, which is true. And due to this, I have started helping network marketers and affiliate marketers use social media in more effective ways to build their business. And the same thing, a link to our website with our, free bootcamp, and then the link to our page here, which is interesting. Here, it shows the page is Josh and Katie Schoenert. On the other one, it shows the URL. Don't be too worried about that. The branding of itself isn't a big deal. It goes to the same place, doesn't matter. But that's an example of what funnelizing your profile means. So think about this in the organic strategies we talked about. When you are trying to funnelize your profile and you're trying to build everything organically, you bring people onto your friends list, and then you go through and they move over to your Facebook page, or they go to your website, or whatever it is. That's really the strategy. And I do want to show you something too, because I think this is important. One of the things you'll notice is I don't have 5,000 friends on my personal profile. The reason for that is because I don't build on my personal profile as much as some people do. I do a lot more of my work in groups and on my Facebook page. And so I have more followers on my Facebook page, than we do on our personal profiles. And then even from here, I clean this up pretty regularly, and I take people off of my personal profile that just are not engaging. I take them off for people who just really aren't really caring about being part of my content. And so this number stays pretty low. And part of that for me is so that way I can keep more engagement for the people that are there. And also so that way I don't risk hitting that 5,000 limit and having to be like, oh, I got to purge, guys, which I think that is the dumbest thing in the world. The whole thing of, if you want to stay on my list, go ahead and engage. That's dumb. If you've got the right people, they should be engaging pretty regularly for you. So either way, just wanted to give you a quick little, bonus there at the end and showing you how to funnelize a profile. Like I said, number one, going into your cover photo and putting some sort of excerpt in your cover photo. And then as well, going down and actually putting a featured photo where you have some sort of call to action where you can show people kind of what you're up to, and that leads you to the places they want to go. That way, when they go to your profile, even if they don't become a friend of yours, you have an opportunity for someone to come over to your page. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn that stream off there and finish up here. So I'm super thankful that you're here. I'm glad that you were able to spend some time with me and kind of take a look at this stuff. If you're coming in on live, I appreciate you being able to come in and watch us. If you're coming in on the replay, definitely drop me a hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. I'd love to circle back and just kind of see what your thoughts were. Let me know if you got some value out of this. And honestly, if you want to learn more about kind of the strategies that we're using, how we got where we're at, how we started to build our business online, and really, how we're going to be doing this for the future, I'm going to drop a link in the comments here, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in there for you so you can go ahead and get our free boot camp that we have that shows you the exact strategies of what we use to be able to build our business both organically and with paid Facebook ads. So that's all I've got for you tonight. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk next time.